We have completed the game and it's time to give it to the players. We need to export the game in a closed and user-friendly format for the player, which involves compiling the game into a standalone file, like any other program. We should also have a custom icon for the game, but in Godot, adding an icon is not a straightforward task. To add an icon to the Windows version of the game, we will need an extra tool, in addition to Godot, a program for editing the icon file, and setting up the icon in various places. Godot does not automatically add the icon file into the executable file. To integrate it, we have to download the rcedit tool available on GitHub. We can download the tool to the same folder where we have Godot. In Godot, under Edit Settings, Export, Windows, we had the rcedit in the location where we download the file. The next step is to create the icon file. This file contains various versions of the icon separated by layers, each with the correct size. For our game, we need to have the icon in a square image with 256 pixels in size. To create the icon file, we open GIMP, a free image editing program, which can be downloaded from gimp.org, and open the image. In the Layers panel, we duplicate the layers 5 times. The top one should be the largest and the bottom one the smallest. The names are not important, but they can help indicate what to do next. We change the names of the layers to 256, 128, 64, 48, 32, and 16. We select a layer and, in the layer menu, we change the scale of the layer to the desired value. We perform the same operation on all layers. Note that we are not just changing the size of the image. In reality, we are also reducing the size of the layer, and this is important. When everything is correctly sized, in the File menu, we select Export and change the name to icon kta.ico. The extension in the name will inform GIMP about the format to save. In the next panel, we can turn off compression and save the file. Now that we have all the necessary files and tools, let's configure Godot for export. In Project Settings, Application, Config, we add the PNG icon to icon and the ICO icon to the Windows native icon. Then we close the panel. In the Project menu, we choose Export. In the Export window, we add a platform, in this case Windows Desktop. If it is the first time the computer is exporting a game, for the chosen platform, there will be no export templates, and it will be necessary to install the template first. We click on the Manage Export Templates and choose Download and Install. This process takes a while and will create a folder in the systems with the necessary files. When the download is complete, we can close the Template Manager window. Back in Project Export, we can see the settings that the export allows. In Export Path, we choose a folder and a name for the file. We disable the debug console and add the PNG icon again. We fill in the company name and the product name. If we choose Export Project, the export will start, creating a zip file in the chosen folder. When unzipping the zip file, we can see an executable file with the game's icon. This is the executable file for the game that the player must open to play, but all other files must be present. When distributing the game, we should pass the zip file to the player. To publish the game, we need to place it somewhere where the players can download it. The best way is to publish it in an online store, and for this demonstration I will use a website itch.io. In my case, I already have a page on itch.io with some games, but if it is the first time you use this site, you should create a profile and set up wherever it's necessary to have your own page. After you have your page, you create a new project, fill in the fields with the necessary data, and upload the zip file. At any time, you can save and preview how the game page looks. It will only become public when you switch the visibility option to public. And while it is on draft or private, only you or those you distribute the link can see it. Once everything is completed, publish the page so that the project is accessible to everyone. I sincerely hope that you have found value and discovered something new in this series of lessons on how to create a 2D game in C# with Godot. Making this series was a challenging adventure. We explored together a variety of features and implementation techniques, progressively adding resources to our project. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section of each video. Your interaction is very important to ensure that all doubts are clear, and, in reality, the learning process must be a two-way communication process. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming content. I'm preparing the next series consisting of short videos focused on specific features of Godot, always in C#, of course. Thank you for joining me in this series, and see you soon.